Hey everybody, welcome back to Bite Size Geek, and if you're new to the channel, today I'm going to be redoing my collection in the living room. I'm going to be changing up the poses a little bit, maybe change up the accessories too. Some of these shelves I'm not really going to change that much, but I'm still going to take everything off because it'll give me a chance to clean the shelves off really good. But first, let's take a look at what they look like right now. Alright, we got the turtle shelf with the movie turtles and the Toon Turtles. We have the Marvel shelf that also has Lion-O sitting there by himself. We have the Transformers shelf, which is mostly G1 characters. We have the Lord of the Rings shelf with some Lord of the Rings themed books. And we have the Star Wars shelf that also has some Star Wars books as well. Ninja Turtles was definitely my favorite thing when I was a kid in the 80s. I watched the cartoon all the time, and I had all the toys and products I could get my hands on. And the Turtle Mania at the time was no joke. I mean, the turtles were everywhere, but I was really glad that I got to be a part of it. And it's nice to see them making a resurgence as well.
first TMNT movie was my favorite, and the best in the series in my opinion. The suits were great, the tone of the movie was great, and had a good mix of serious and comedic moments to me. It obviously didn't match the feel of the cartoon, and it was closer to the feel of the comics, but as a kid, I didn't mind. I was just excited to see the turtles were on the big screen. And I enjoyed the second and third movies as well, but the first one is still definitely my favorite and the best one. Marvel Comics has always been a huge thing for me. I think I started with the 1981 Spider-Man animated series as a kid. I think it was 1981, and it just grew from there. I mean, Spider-Man, is definitely my all-time favorite superhero for sure. And, my dad, when we would watch the Spider-Man and X-Men animated series on Saturday mornings, a few years later, and when we would go grocery shopping, he would let me go hang out at the comic book store that was in the same shopping center. And that's also where he bought my first Marvel trading card sets for me. And I still have them to this day. I plan on doing a video at some point showing the Marvel trading card sets I have, so be on the lookout for that later. Thundercats was also one of my top favorites as a kid, and I love this figure from Super 7. I love the detail, the way it feels in your hand. It's got some really good heft to it. It doesn't feel like really cheap plastic or anything. It feels nice, and all the accessories, just everything. I love everything about this figure.
Excelsior!
Transformers was probably my second favorite as a kid. Maybe it tied with Thundercats, I don't know. And to me, the G1 series still holds up to this day. I only wanted to transform Optimus and leave the others as is, besides some slight changes in poses. I don't really have enough space for all of them to be in their alt modes, and I prefer them in robot mode anyways. I have some toy hack stickers coming in for my Hot Rod and Blur figures too, so I'm excited for those. And I also plan on doing a video showing the before and after with those, so be on the lookout for those soon as well.
Transform and roll out!
Lord of the Rings is one of our biggest fandoms, hands down. Our wedding was Lord of the Rings themed. Actually, one of our first conversations we ever had when we met each other was about Lord of the Rings. Some of these figures have some issues, like the Nazgul's sleeves, making the posing very, very limited. But I mean, all in all, I really like them. My favorites would definitely have to be Gimli and the Orc, just because of the amount of detail on both of them.
Before you came along, we Bagginses were very well thought of. Never had any adventures or did anything unexpected.
If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was barely involved.
And last but not least, we have Star Wars. Also a really huge fandom for us. I didn't really change anything about these figures, so I didn't show any video about me, messing around with them. I just needed to change the layout to accommodate the new figures I had added. I think my earliest memory of Star Wars was watching it on VHS at my cousin Travis's house when we were kids back in the 80s. And I really love all the new content coming out, but I do worry that it may become a, quantity over quality issue. So, I guess we'll have to see.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Alright y'all, that's it for this video. I'm working on getting some lighting for the shelves and some better figure stands that will allow for some more dynamic poses, especially with the Spider-Man figures. So if you have any suggestions for some lighting that I can use, or some particular figure stands I can use, just let me know in the comments below. Also, what were your favorite shows, cartoons, toys as a kid? Let me know that in the comments too. And if you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more content like this. But until next time, y'all have a good day, and we'll see y'all later.